Thank you, Chairman, and afternoon, everyone. Delighted to be here to share with you 10 minutes.
Yep.
10 minutes of my thoughts on quality. My organisation, the Chartered Quality Institute, is a professional membership body, and our job is to advocate on behalf of quality, not any one flavour of quality, but quality in general. And the job of my organisation is to convince the world of the merits of using quality approaches. And because we're a membership organisation, it's to provide a professional home for the 10,000 or so quality professionals who practice this stuff and deliver this within your organisations. Delivering more with less is an appropriate heading for this talk, because that's one of the benefits, one of the outcomes of implementing quality. And doesn't that have to be the phrase of the moment? The current theme, or one of the current themes of the public sector, and indeed many parts of the private sector as well, doing more with less. It's interesting that when times are tough, we gain audiences for our message that we might not get in easier times. And the tougher the times, the more attentive the audience. And we in the Chartered Quality Institute are finding now a real and genuine enthusiasm for what we have to say. There is a real appetite for the quality message. I'm going to put my some thoughts into a historical context. Post-war, we had two scenarios. On the one hand, we had the United States, who had, at the end of the war, developed into a huge consumer machine with plenty of money and a seemingly insatiable appetite. On the other hand, we had Japan, financially exhausted, pretty much broken. And in the US, we had people who advocated a way of working that, they said, if you implement this, we will deliver, or you will deliver, significant benefits to your organizations. Benefits in terms of efficiency and the quality of the goods and other outputs. Benefits in terms of the satisfaction of those who are employed within the organization and engaged in production. And we refer to those people now as the early quality gurus, people like Duran and Deming. And these people and these gurus and their message failed to gain an audience in the US, because in post-war in the US, efficiency and quality weren't valid drivers. If something didn't work, you throw it away and you buy another one. The US wasn't really interested in hearing the quality message. Japan was entirely different. And when the quality gurus, Duran and Deming, were invited to visit Japan in the 50s, they found an audience who were hungry, who were ravenous to hear and to implement and even to develop further the message of quality. Why? Because they had to. They had no alternative. And over the course of the next couple of decades, the words quality and Japanese industry became synonymous. And the post-war boom saw Japan rise literally from the ashes to become an industrial giant inside of 40 years. That is testament to what quality can do if implemented properly. Quality is not a theoretical concept. It's not an untested idea, and Japan is testament to the fact that this stuff works. Looking at the program for this afternoon, I am unusual amongst this afternoon's speakers in that the title of my talk does not have the word lean in the title. In fact, David, I think you should have called yours Scratch and Sniff. I think that was a brilliant example. But the fact that I didn't use lean in the title is intentional, because I wish to talk generally about quality approaches, of which lean is one. Lean is part of a portfolio of recognized quality management systems and techniques, and these include ISO 9000, Six Sigma, Balanced Scorecard, the Toyota Production System, Statistical Process Control, Systems Thinking, and EFQM and various other excellence models. But what all these systems have in common is that they're all quality management techniques, all of which, if used appropriately, will provide benefits to your organizations. And that applies to any organization. Quality may have its roots in manufacturing and engineering, but it is equally relevant to any sector, service sector, manufacturing, whatever. What quality does is it creates and promotes a climate of inquiry and knowledge. Quality management systems have at their heart the creation of robust and sustainable organizations, and the people in our organizations need to understand that they have two jobs, one routine work and the other of contributing to continual improvement. Organizations improve their performance through the people in those organizations looking for ways to do better, to remove waste. There is a view that quality systems are about organizational streamlining or shrinking organizations, and they may be attractive to managers on that basis, especially in this current environment. But quality is really about value, adding value by understanding your business from the customer's perspectives and using some very basic approaches to deliver what your customer wants with a minimum of waste, and in some organizations under some systems, no waste. And to do this properly, you have to engage the whole organization. And the last part may be the hardest part, but that's the part you have to get right if you are to generate the real benefits. The more people in your organization you have looking for improvements, the more your organization will improve its performance. You don't do quality by using a single technique or a quality tool, or by doing it in some parts of the organization and not in others. The real value comes from understanding and incorporating it within the fabric of your organization and having everyone, from the CEO, from the board to the front desk, understand their role in delivering what it is your organization delivers. I want to end by sharing what a couple of organizations achieved recently through the application of using quality, specific to the public sector. These are anonymous, but give you an idea of how powerful quality management approaches can be in practice. The first example is a consultancy partner that was working with us, with a government agency. They achieved a 90% reduction in inquiry response time from 2.5 days to 6 hours after the introduction of a systems-led, process-led quality systems approach. And second, as a result of the introduction of a quality management approach in the health sector, half the staff involved in a particular project estimated that they had saved the equivalent of an additional member of staff, which equated to an 800% return on investment in terms of the project cost and resulting staff saving. There are many, many more examples like this, and it would be difficult to think of a more salient time for quality than now, when we in the UK are suffering under a debt of around 150 billion, and that figure, that horrible figure of a 40% reduction in budgets is becoming current currency. What would I like you to take away from these 10 minutes? It's this. Quality is not a bolt-on option. If you treat it as one, then you won't achieve anything other than failed expectations and an increase in cynicism. If you want to get the proper benefits, you've got to do it properly and keep on doing it. And that means everyone in your organization, until it becomes a way of life, that's when you'll see the real returns. I don't claim to be a quality expert, but within the CQI, we have plenty of those. If you want to follow up, have a conversation with us, or just to know a little bit more about us, our quality message and what we do, we'd be delighted to hear from you. We have a presence here today, a stand in the exhibition centre in conjunction with PMI, one of our training providers, or contact us via the details on our website. Thank you very much for listening.